up this morning, just working on this painting. I'm trying to finish it before I leave on my trip because I'm going to Vegas for the holidays. I have a bit of time because clients been calling out for work because of the holidays. So I think as I've been painting this, this really has been like my whole move for the end of fall, moving into this winter season. It's just needing to like rest a lot more. So I'm looking forward to this trip away from Chicago. Like I was working on some sketches yesterday. Trying to do more like figure drawing type stuff too. Practicing more faces, like practicing the stuff that I need to like sharpen my skills at. So whenever I'm like, when I don't have an idea like drawing, I think like it's important for me to just be able to just practice. There's always going to be things I need to improve on. So just kind of getting into a practice, a flow of it, just trying to keep a notebook on me at all times. Like I even have this small notebook that I keep in my bag just in case like I just have time to doodle something or I'm looking at something for inspiration. Still here in Vegas. I'm actually here for a couple weeks. I just needed to detox. I needed to take a break away from Chicago, away from my routine, be out in nature, somewhere a bit warmer, so that I can get clarity on my next moves for this upcoming year. 2025 is going to be interesting because of the political climate and what's, no one knows what exactly is about to happen. So that is on one hand, but then on the other hand, I have things to look forward to in 2025 as far as getting my next licensure, my LCPC. I just applied for my examination for my LCPC back in November, so I'm just waiting for approval so that I can take that test and wait for my license. So while I'm in this waiting period, I'm going to be studying and just preparing for that test. So as soon as I get that approval, then I can apply and get my license. I will be getting a bump in pay when I get my license, and then I want to figure out the rest of the year because this year I think I'm gonna do something different by the end of the year as far as my personal goals. Buenos dias, good morning. It's Saturday morning and I'm in the studio and I plan to get some paintings done. I've been working on a new piece. Still need to finish up like some old pieces in the back. Like I know I want to finish this one for sure. And these two paintings, actually like this whole row of paintings need to be finished. But in due time, I always get like excited about like new ideas. This one that I'm working on now, chef's kiss. This is the painting that I've been working on all week. It started on Monday on the inauguration day because I just needed a distraction. This is on point. I'm loving how this is turning out. I have to also post my other painting. This is the last painting I did in 2024, and then this will be the first painting in 2025. I think this will maybe take me like another week to do. I want to see how much I could do in this weekend since I'm not really doing much. I have a couple things. But in that, I am at home. So it is Saturday night and I am in the crib, date night with Bae. So I have like worked on more since we've last met, and I'm just excited for how this is turning out so far. That's why I want to just keep working on it. I'm trying to get a big chunk of it done this weekend while I still have the time. And since it's been dry January, we have like a week left in January. I've been doing a pretty good job with the major things that I wanted to refrain from, which was alcohol. So today is the 25th, so 25 days without alcohol. And I think I just want to keep that going too, because I'm just trying to reduce distractions right now. Like I really want to pour into my art, and really what's really going to do that is me taking a look at like some habits, taking a look at possible distractions, saying no more to going out, which also saves me money in the end too, and also creates more time for me to paint. I have a lot more ideas that's coming to mind, and I just want to be able to pour it onto canvas a bit more. It just really helps my mental health overall to consistently create, whether it's drawing, painting, playing bass, even physical activity like roller skating and yoga. Like those type of things help me to just keep sane. And for the most part, like I have to be able to engage in those self-care and creative, expressive outlets, because I do work with a lot of people on a daily basis, whether it's my therapy practice or also with Unladylike teaching classes. So I just have to pour myself into activities so that I can replenish myself, fill up my cup as well. And this year I am making some changes to how I am doing Unladylike by doing the seasonal classes so that I can like pour more into my art. I want to really be artist first this year, just because I feel like I have a lot of potential and I can see myself doing some really big things. And so this time during the winter is perfect for me to just like brush up on my skills, practice things that I haven't tried before, play around with things, different mediums, different brush strokes, techniques, going to figure drawing class too. I haven't done that this year yet, but that's one of my goals to do, is to try to make a class like weekly or bi-weekly. And yeah, I think, you know, it's all coming out good, because look at this skull here, right here. I'm just so proud of this skull, because I've usually included like skulls in my past work, and just the evolution of just my skulls, it's just really impressive. This is my sketchbook, and I've been practicing skulls. So this was the skull that I ended up painting onto the canvas there. But I've just been trying to practice skulls, because that is one thing that I like to incorporate into my paintings to represent like vulnerability for the most part, and death at times. Practicing just like other different sides of a skull too. This is the sketch that I did for this painting, and as you can see, I deviated away from it a lot. Bring it up a bit close, but I have like my figure. This is like the skull right here, and the crane, and I have like my different elements that I just sketched out with the, you know, bunny. It's a pushpin bunny, and this little guy from Toy Story. We have like a heart, you know, just different things. This guy from Beetlejuice, and characters I made up like this one and this one. It's other elements too, because there's gonna be like beer bottles in there, and then also like sex toys. There's a vibrator, and this one is like a flogger, and some weed, just different elements, because I wanted this to represent different vices. So this is kind of like pick one, pick your vice, if you will. And as you can see, I definitely deviated away from just some of the elements of this sketch. I'm not even sure that I'm going to paint like the inside of the box green. I'm thinking some purples, some pinks, and blues. Just thinking about like arcade games and lights, and that's what it's giving, those type of colors. And in the background may just be like a solid darker color, but I may do something to the back. It'll just be something subtle, not anything too much, because the real focus of the picture is the different vices down here. I'm excited to get this painting done. I'm gonna try to film some of it because I did not get a chance to film much of this at all. I did Instagram film some of it, but as far as like my process, I didn't, just because like this week has been pretty, it's better than it was the previous week. I would say I was really riddled with anxiety, and you know, just a lot of the external world stuff and personal things going on as well that just really contributed to some anxiety that I was experiencing, and that kind of made me not feel as motivated to do some of the stuff that I want to. This year, I really am looking forward to pouring into my art. Yeah, just kind of transitioning into a bigger level. So I want to make sure that I'm prepared for that, I'm ready for that. And the biggest thing that I want to encourage for myself and encourage for anyone that's watching this is to really prioritize your self-care this year. We're gonna be seeing a lot of stuff in the news. We've already been seeing a lot of stuff in the news. It's not even February yet, and it's just a lot to constantly consume a lot of what's going on in the world. I definitely would encourage you all to disconnect and practice mindful consumption. Mindfully consume what's going on in the news, but also like checking in with yourself to see like, how is this information sitting with you? What tools or what resources or what do you need to take care of yourself? Even if that's just like a basic hug for yourself, or getting a hug from a friend or family or your lover, whatever the case is, it's gonna be very imperative for us to make sure that we are taking care of our mental health as well as our physical health and emotional health, mental health, all of that. For me, this is something that is very like helpful and cathartic for me to disconnect and tune into something else for a bit. I have other ideas that I want to pour onto canvas as well. Some a bit darker and some maybe even a bit lighter, a bit lovey-dovey, if you will. I'm gonna be selling prints of this and just other work that I have that I will be posting soon. There'll be 8.5 by 11-inch prints, canvas prints. The original will be for sale as well. I'm looking to get back into more art shows. I do have an art show already booked for February, Pancakes and Booze. I have 2 upcoming puff painting pass classes, erotic art blacklight edition, so I'm excited for that too. We'll have one in Chicago, and then the next day is out in Tilton, Illinois at Molly's Joint. So far, that one hasn't sold tickets yet, so we'll see about that. The Chicago event is, I think, almost halfway sold out by now, so we have another couple weeks, and I think that one will sell out. Well, 2 people bought tickets for Molly's Joint, so that's great. That's giving me hope because more people will buy tickets, and we have another couple weeks, and a lot of people are like last minute with tickets as well, so cheers.